am the sun and the air. The shyness that is criminally vulgar. I am the sun and air. Nothing in particular. You shut your mouth. How can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does.
Ensure power generation and water deliveries. We undertook this process to equip reclamation with the alternatives and tools needed to address the likelihood of continued low runoff conditions and reduce water availability throughout the basin. And today, following months of intensive discussion and collaborative work with our basin state partners and water commissioners, 30 basin tribes, water managers, farmers and irrigators, municipalities, and other stakeholders, we are releasing a draft supplemental environmental impact statement for public comment. This draft SEIS reflects intensive coordination and collaboration between all 7 basin states and the federal government. From the beginning, we committed to pursuing a collaborative, consensus-based approach to ensure that any action from the department is done with as much engagement and consensus as possible. The draft alternatives in the supplemental EIS build on models and ideas we received from all 7 basin states. They also are intended to drive further collaboration and work among all parties towards the development of additional consensus-based solutions and agreements to achieve these goals.
Oh, that's nice.
We are deliberately undertaking a public process that is transparent and inclusive, as is necessary and appropriate for a system supporting the entire American Southwest. As Commissioner Tootin will describe, the alternatives include actions based on the Secretary's authority to operate the system, to provide for human health and safety, address emergency conditions, and beneficial use. The alternatives also provide room for additional work and solutions, which leads to the third element of our strategy. We and all of the partners before you today and throughout the basin are committed to finding solutions and reaching agreements to conserve water and protect the system and communities. In addition to equipping reclamation with the tools it needs, this SEIS is intended to drive those conversations and negotiations forward. Some of the commentary has depicted an us versus them dynamic in the basin. I don't see that at all. I see commitment, collaboration, and problem solving. These are difficult issues, decades in the making. And so yes, some of the conversations can be difficult as well. The reason I'm hopeful that new agreements and solutions will continue to emerge, though, is that the spirit in the basin is one of community and collaboration. All 7 basin states and the communities they represent are unified in finding common solutions in the best interests of the 40 million people who depend on this precious resource, the Colorado River.
Yes. You're just listening in there to officials discussing this new announcement for a plan to make sure and maintain the Colorado River at.
Is that what happened? Oh, I didn't know the Colorado River was at stake. Oh no. It's Toxic Tuesday with Trusty Abe. Totally toxic. It was only the second most toxic content creator that I'm aware of on YouTube. So yesterday was absolutely a fantastic fiasco. Good times were had by all. We were subbed, we were unsubbed, we were racist, bigoted and homophobic and transphobic. So, so we had a pizza party for y'all. No, it was for y'all, not for me. No, we had a pizza party, and I had like 152 subs at one point, and then over the course of the evening, it went back down to 147. Right, 147 is the number I'm looking at now. 147 loyal and faithful subscribers who are not yet, completely sick of my bullshit. Yeah, no. So I'm sick today. So and I'm not gonna. Yeah, I called him to work. It's not good because I may have to run, curry out to the bathroom and. Whatever. It's all good. I have a bed now. I'm seated on my new bed. Should go up this morning for free, so now I get to sleep in a bed and rearrange my room again. And muscles. So we have a comment to read, and we're going to read the comment, and we're going to analyze the commentary on the comment, because there are like multiple facets to this whole system of organization in which we, excuse me, see, that's what I'm talking about. No. Okay, so in order to make sense of reality, okay, here's the claim. X is everywhere. Is it? Let's document it. Take note of how many times you see X. Where's my notepad? Notepad here. I don't see my stickies. This one's okay. Oh, this is really. Shit. Okay. We made a lot. We made a lot of notations last night. Oh no, I lost my last thread traffic. That's not good. Well, I mean, it was only on the ground for a few seconds, so I think we're safe. Right, okay. So thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, being a part of this fantastic journey that we're on. Okay, X is everywhere. Let's document it. Okay, so X encompassing all. Take note of how many times you see X. Well, if it's everywhere, I only see it once, but I see it all the time, right? Okay, wait. Okay, so we're saying that X happens all the time. Okay, right. So we can. So do we actually have to record literally how many times we see X, or can we just say, well, I see it like 10 times a day at least, right? Like, I see, X is in this case the back of my eyelids, right? There's no way I'm not seeing X, I don't know, so many times per minute, I guess, like there's no way I'm not. But okay, all right. I don't remember what the specific argument was that Deacon Birdman is replying to here. I'm sure there's but okay. X is everywhere. Take note of how many times you see X. Now you also have to take note of other things that you are used to seeing because X is new. X is new, thus X will seem like it is more prevalent than anything else. Oh, okay, so X is the new thing that you're seeing all the time. But if you were to compare it to all the other things you see all the time, all the O's and Y's and K's, right? Pattern seeking. But now we have X, and X is the thing that is in the front of our mind, right? Okay. All right, let's go with the example. See if we can. Out of the example, okay. Example. During a run of cartoons, the ads that are displayed will feature toys, food, and other things that may or may not be related to what a young person watching cartoons would care about. So you can make a graph of what is shown and how much each thing is shown. Okay, so 5 minutes on toys and 3 minutes on food, 3 minutes on food, and then 2.5 minutes on other things, and so we have a total of 10.5 minutes. 10.5 minutes of okay. It's not quite a graph, but I mean it works. It suits our purposes. During a block of an hour content of cartoon, the ads ran had 5% sugar. Oh, now I'm going to need another step. 5% sugar cereal. 5%. See, I don't like percentages. That's hard math. I don't like doing that. 10% soda. 10% soda. Okay. 10% soda. Cereal, soda. 1% car insurance, which yeah, obviously completely irrelevant to my cartoon experience. Okay. Etc. So then you can see if X, whatever X is, one of these three things, whatever X might be, is in fact shown more than any other thing. Oh, X in this case is the soda commercial, right? X is, yeah, because it's 10% of everything. Okay, now with data in hand, you can use that as an example to say that X is in fact more prevalent in this one instance. It'll be harder to do this for ads you see on the street, etc. Okay. Well, yeah, because you're not really that's not what you're paying attention to when you're out and about on the streets, right? You're not paying attention to X, even though X is right in front of you all the time. A self-reflection. At the VA that I went to yesterday, I saw a sign that stood out because it's new. Thus, it is novel to me. It said, "We support our LGBT plus troops and families." To me, that was a non-needed sign. Of course, they support them because the VA should be supporting all troops and families. That's kind of its thing. So I pondered, why do we need this sign? Does the LGBT plus people, whomever they are, feel that they are not being supported? Thus, we need to say, we are doing that. Does the admin feel that putting this sign out is a virtue signal that shows just how progressive they are? Do LGBT plus need extra support? Do LGBT plus people even want such a poster? Well, in this case, yes, because I mean, supporting the LGBT plus community in the military is practically like, oh yeah, they say they do, they say they'll support you, but in reality, that like there's a lot of people who are naysaying and talking shit and trying to get them kicked out, right? Yeah, it's a thing. It's a big thing. I mean, it's not bullshit, right? But do they want the poster? Do they need? I mean, is this the kind of support that we provide? I don't know. Who knows? I cannot know the motives, and I doubt finding them out would even be possible. But I'm leaving something out of my thinking. Is this a me problem? Well, this sign is new. It's novel. I got used to the sign saying that they support troops. Of course they do. I got used to all the signs, and I do not even pay attention to them anymore. Okay. So that's interesting. You all these other support our troops signs just kind of became like, they were just static. They were white noise. They were there in the background, but they didn't really say anything. They didn't say anything, right? It's all the same. Blub, 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 blub. We're just talking. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not doing anything for anybody. I mean, we could say we support our troops till the cows come home, but as long as there's homeless veterans, I don't know. I don't know what kind of support are you providing, sir. I'm going to need to see your qualifications. I know that you work with the government, but, are you in favor of, say, mental health treatment? And, oh, wait, do we need those things? I don't know. But, okay, we'll continue with the converted man's comment here. Yes, okay. Okay, 5%. Wait, I got mired down in the equations, and now this is the important part right here, okay? Here we go. Since it's new, my alert system kicks in. Why is this a thing? Well, who knows? Why should I care? Well, maybe, perhaps, I worry that some amount of time and energy has been spent on doing what I view as a pointless thing, when that time and energy could have, or maybe should have, been spent to help everyone. However, the people that put the poster up, might have spent very little time and energy overall on doing this gesture. It might be nothing more than a printout after all. That, yes, it's repetitive, and the very tiny bit of time and energy that was in fact spent doing something the person thought would be a benefit to someone. So the motive could be good for all I know. Right. So they have this motivation, but good intention. Good intention. We want to help people. Good intentions, right? And so what are we going to do? We want to inform people. We want to include people. We want to put up a sign that says, hey, we are inclusive and we want you here, and we're not going to roll you under the bus. But if we put that sign up, but our actions say otherwise, then that sign is just, we're putting a lot of effort into a big load of bullshit, right? I mean, you can say your organization's inclusive all day. You could say that, but at the end of the day, if the actions you take are counterproductive to that cause or make people feel unwanted or unwelcome, well, then maybe not so much. Maybe you're just kind of blowing smoke. I don't know, maybe. All right, continue. Still, I sigh at it. I notice there's a emphasis on the sigh. Notice it. I sigh at it. Why? Well, because I feel that this is silly and pointless. Yes, you are supporting everyone, blah, blah. We know. We do not need to say we support everyone and also then say we support Deconverted Man. Like, yeah, I know I am everyone, but if I saw a sign that said that I'd feel something, perhaps, but if I saw a sign that said that, I'd feel something, perhaps. Oh, that's nice, but maybe I'd be like, I hate that. I do not know because there is no such sign. Oh yeah, you wouldn't know unless you had the "We Support Deconverted Man" sign out on, yeah, exactly. It's like, if they put me on the news, oh, never mind. We'll just, anyway, okay. But you can't know. I mean, because you haven't experienced it, right? So maybe some LGBT plus person will feel nice about the sign, or maybe they will complain, and it affects them more than I. In fact, it targets them, not me, so it's up to them to say they care or not about such things. But why is it a thing? Why is it a thing? I thought we were trying to treat everyone equally. Here we are not treating everyone equally. Look at the group here. We are really helping them. Oh my God, look at how much we help. Like, dudes, okay, calm down. We know. No, really, we love them. OMG. Like, dude, calm the bleep down. Okay, I'm trying. I really am here. Okay, I'm going to need another notepad for this. God damn it. Ugh. I'm just throwing pieces of paper everywhere. It is anarchy. It is so toxic. I cannot contain myself. This is, what am I going to do? Help me. Phoenix Electro Circus. I know. No, Deconverted Man, he's a very clever man. He likes to make our brains work harder and do the logic. So I think he does this to us on purpose. But one can only speculate as to Deconverted Man's motivation. Welcome. It's just another toxic Tuesday. That was terrible. Thank you for still being here. I mean, some people they left long ago. They were like, "This guy's crazy. Get away from him. He's going to make you insane." But no, it's all right. Everything's okay. Okay, so we continue here because there's quite a bit. It might be that they feel that doing this evens the score. We ignored the group for too long. Thus, we have to give them lots of attention until we balance the scales. Maybe that is how some people feel, but I am not one of those people. Okay. I don't think it's so much about a group being ignored. I mean, depending upon who you're talking about. You just said LGBTQ+, right? The Alphabet Mafia, okay. right? But, gays and lesbians, we know about gays and lesbians. We've been fighting for them for a while. And, queers, well, they're kind of just like gay, lesbian people, non-specific. I don't know what queer is, but they're in the group. Bi, yeah, what's that? I mean, it just means you swing both ways. Oh, okay. But now, wait, what about these trans people? What about these, I'm sorry, there was another category. No, they're not cross-dressers. They're not intersexual people. What are they? Transgendered people, right? Who were not necessarily ignored so much as they were completely shut out. They were treated as if they did not exist. They're still in many cases treated that way. Like, no, this isn't a thing. You have some identity disorder. We need to psychologize you. And the psychologists are like, no, it's a thing. And even though maybe it's a problem of identity, it's not one that can be solved through like the standard, like we're not just going to give this person a pill that cures their transness, right? That's not how it ever works, right? So we found these other solutions. Well, people can actually physically, medically transition, and there's no problem with that. But somebody has to have a problem with it. Somebody has to have a problem with everything. I mean, right? But we're not ignoring them. It's not about giving them attention. It's about validating the experience and saying, no, this doesn't make you crazy. You have this experience along with a lot of other people's, and it's not, it's something that has to be solved by a change in your lifestyle, in the way you present yourself, in the way other people interact with you, right? It's like, and it's the same if you're talking about somebody who's on the autism spectrum. Like, in a way, you're putting the onus on society. Okay, I have to take steps too, but society has to meet me somewhere in the middle because there's things about this thing that's not going away. You can't give me any kind of drugs that aren't just going to make me a catatonic fucking fish that are going to solve any of these problems. So I have to find another way. I don't know. And, there is some studies linking ASD to gender dysphoria and things like that. So there is some relation there. We don't know what it is. We can't, but it's there. Okay. So once we acknowledge those facts, we can start to say, okay, we're not just giving these people more attention because they've been historically ignored or even oppressed, which may be more, closer to the truth. But no, we're actually acknowledging these people as legitimate members of our society, and we're making accommodations to ensure that they are safe and comfortable and that we understand what they're going through. Even if we're not going through it ourselves, we have some actual empathy towards that. Oh, okay. All right. So we'll move on here in the message. Okay. So now we have a thought. So now having thought about all this does, it really... Oh, wait. Punctuation. Okay, so now having thought about all this, does it really affect me? ? And the answer is, it did, but only in so much as it made me have to think about this stuff, but only because it's new. After time goes by, that poster will fade into the background. I will not see it anymore. It will be there, but it will not be new. I will not care about it anymore, and at some point the people who feel that they must put out some posters will also feel that the job has been done, and either the posters will go away or they will not, but it will just be a thing, not good, not bad, just there. Well, then, I mean, once we don't need it anymore, we should just take it down, right? Why leave up? It's like, if you haven't listened to the Backstreet Boys in 15 years, why is their poster still on your wall, bro? I don't know. I left it there. What else was I going to take it down? Throw it in the garbage? Donate it to charity? What was I going to do with that Backstreet Boys poster? God, I don't even listen to those guys anymore. But it very well could be questioned of me why it bothers me. Why this? Well, because it's new. It's not because it's LGBT+. It's just because it's new. It's everywhere, and I'm tired of seeing it everywhere only because it's new. Yeah. Like every time they come out with a new, flavor of Mountain Dew, it's like it's everywhere. And it's like, dude, I get it. I can see you have a new flavor and you're just really fucking annoying right now, okay? Yeah, totally. Yeah, but it's not because of what it is. What it is does not matter. It could be anything new. That it's a new thing in and of itself can be a bother because you will notice it. because it's new. You see, you have to notice it. That's how the brain works. But you don't have to notice. I mean, you will notice it. Like inevitably, if your brain is working right and you're perceptive and you're going like, oh wait, look at that sign. What does it say? Oh, new thing. What is that? And then once you start to see it everywhere, you're like, oh, okay, we've heard enough about this new thing. I'm really tired of the advertising industry, but I never blame Mountain Dew. Okay. It makes you feel, emphasis on feel, like you have seen it everywhere, because every time you see it, your brain says, hey, new thing, give us attention, oh my word, and you do. And then you feel tired of seeing the new thing, and you come to resent it because it's new. Ugh, I hate that new thing. It's everywhere, and that could, emphasis on could, translate to I hate new thing, rather than just hating that you see it all the time. But perhaps you can rest assured that new thing will become normal thing, and you will not see it everywhere anymore because you will be used to it. That you can relax, understanding that your new thing being something that bothers you is a part of how brain works. Yeah, okay, so this thing is novel to me, and so it kind of agitates me. It makes me have to think about the thing I'm looking at that I don't know much about. It might make me excited, it might make me upset, but there's no reason that I'm going to say I don't want to see this thing, right? I've heard enough of this thing. Yeah, you could say that, but that doesn't, you can walk away from the thing at any time, right? You can just walk away. So that's the other part of your brain that tells you that you have to change that thing that's out there, right? But it has nothing to do with you changing, like, your whole perspectivism or whatever, like that. That doesn't make any sense. Be in and out. Okay. I don't know what that is. Phoenix Electric with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Am I pronouncing that? I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but I'm going to look it up now. A group of disorders that affect connective tissue supporting the skin, bones, blood vessels, and many other organs and tissues. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. And this dude can, totally stretch his skin. Oh. Wow. Oh, I can do that with my mouth. Does that mean I have this too? Shit. I feel like I have to show this on screen. If I'm looking at it, you have to as well. Holy shnikey, that's crazy. I don't know if I can go that far with my lips, but I think maybe. But this guy, oh boy, that's just, yeah. That looks so painful. Fruitcake flavored Mountain Dew. Okay, yeah, you do your day job stuff. I'm sick today, so. And I did not. I was supposed to accomplish things yesterday, and I just got carried away, man. I just got carried away. Because there's so much love happening all around the world. It made me want to give the love back, but instead all I did was poison my body and become very toxic. And I, platformed a bigot, so. Oh yeah, and my 150 subscribers stream actually got taken down. I think it was because of Ren and Stimpy. Apparently, Russia hates us all day and it doesn't matter, but if we piss off Canada, our videos are going down, okay? Just so you YouTubers know, do not piss off Canada, because they will fuck your shit up. Okay, we continue here. You can know that it's not the thing in and of itself that bothers you, but the novelty of the new thing that does. Of course, that was all self-reflection. For anyone else, I do not know. They have the thinking they have, and will have to self-reflect. and we must try to help them do so in a way that does not negate emotions and uses logic and reason. Can you do both simultaneously? I don't know. I think that this was done here or tried here by Trusty Ape. I think that not Veckel might be worried about new thing because it's new, but that he might also be worried about his kids. Well, you can't change new thing, but you can talk to your kids about this and explain the best you can about it. Answer questions about it. Talk about your feelings. Ask them what they think or feel about it. They might not even notice it at all. They might not care, or they might. It is the parent's job to teach about sex. Well, in your view, yes, so do that. Teach your kids whatever you want, but also know the kids will encounter the real world with all the strange and confusing things that are out there. Control is somewhat an illusion we have. If you really want more control, then you have to do home education. And some people do, but even there, you must do Z things to prove that you are doing what the state wants. Right. So, not Veckel homeschools, and, might be, concerned about, his kids, learning about these transgendered people, and it'll just confuse them. It'll discombobulate them. Oh my gosh, scary, right? But okay, we did have a bit of it in depth, and I was trying not to be too. No, absolutely, it is always 100% of the time. It's the parents' job to teach their kids about sex. If they don't teach their kids about sex, the kids are going to learn about sex elsewhere. It's just going to happen. It's inevitable. Why would you even try to prevent that? That doesn't make sense. Oh God. And so, but I mean, it's your right, I guess, to do that if you want. Try to prevent them from understanding, procreation as long as possible because it makes you very uncomfortable. What's up, Bree? Good to see you. I haven't even taken my medication yet. So this, yeah, and see, so Deconverted Man knows exactly what I'm talking about. So there is a sense of fear here. There is a sense of, well, how is this going to affect my family? Maybe it doesn't affect my family. Then why should I worry about it? Does it affect somebody else's family? Regardless of whether or not your kid is trans, or is your kid probably going to end up befriending another kid who is trans or becomes, transition. Yeah, it's a pretty high likelihood at this point in this day and age. At the very least, they're going to become aware of it. And if you haven't sufficiently educated them about it, then they're going to become educated by somebody else. And regardless of whatever you think the thing you're teaching them is, the very fact of their ignorance will make them susceptible to whatever information comes in. Right? Because you didn't ingrain any, so that's your thing as a parent. And I don't necessarily think that parents should indoctrinate their children into believing a certain thing, right? But if you're worried about other people indoctrinating your children, well, then you have the reverse problem. If you have not sufficiently indoctrinated them, then they will be susceptible to the indoctrination of others. And so that's kind of a problem, right? I don't want to get into homeschooling specifically. It's kind of personal for me. I did homeschooling for a while, and I have family members who do homeschooling, and I just think we need to make the public school system better. And most parents are not equipped to homeschool, so stop that. No, I don't have an opinion on this. Okay, I have no opinion. We continue. This is Deconverted Man again. I object to how standard education is done. Ideally, I'd want it to be that kids learn how to be an adult. By that I mean they learn how to cook, clean, pay bills, deal with contracts, deal with the bank, know what money is, know how to invest, know first aid, know how to identify mental health issues. know how to fix a flat, know minor car repairs, know how to find out what they do not know informal logic and some formal logic, know the scientific method and how to treat other people. That is a lot of things that it is, I assume, that the parent will do. I do not think we should assume such things. See Don't Stay in School, sung by Boy in a Band, for more examples. Okay. See, and so now I feel like we have to do this in real time. How do I not know that there's somebody called Boy in a Band? Oh yeah, there it is. I'm such a toxic person. What is wrong with me? Like, I love his hair too. That's amazing.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording?
It's not novel anymore. I'm so sick of it.
I wasn't taught how to get a job, but I can remember dissecting a frog. I wasn't taught how to pay tax, but I know loads about Shakespeare's classics. I was never taught how to vote. They devoted that time to defining isotopes. I wasn't taught how to look after my health, but mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Never spent a lesson on current events. Instead, I studied the old American West. I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Let me repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country I live in, but I know how Henry VIII killed his women. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Glad that's in my head instead of financial advice. I was shown the wavelengths of different hues of light, but I was never taught my human rights. Apparently there's 30. Do you know them? I don't. Why the hell can't we both recite them by rote? I know igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks, yet I don't know squat about trading stocks or how money works at all. Where does it come from? How does the thing that motivates the world function? Not taught to budget and disperse my earnings. I was too busy there rehearsing cursive. Didn't learn how much it costs to raise a kid and what an affidavit is, but I spent days on what the quadratic equation is. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. They made me learn that over basic first aid, or how to recognize the most deadly mental disorders or diseases with preventable causes, or how to buy a house with a mortgage if I could afford it, because abstract maths was deemed more important than advice that would literally save thousands of lives. But it's cool, because now I could tell you if the number of unnecessary deaths caused by that choice was prime. Never taught present-day practical medicines, but I was told what the ancient Hippocratic method is. I've got a headache, the pain is ceaseless, what should I take? Maybe try some leeches? Could we discuss domestic abuse and get the facts, or how to help my depressed friend with a mental state? No, but learn mental maths, because you won't have a calculator with you every day. They say it's not the kids, the parents are the problem. Then if you taught the kids to parent, that's the problem solved then. All this advice about using a condom, but not for when you actually have a kid when you want one. I'm only fluent in this language, for serious, the rest of the world speaks too. Do you think I'm an idiot? I chose to solo over the political system, so like a typical citizen, now I don't know what I'm voting on, which policies exist or how to make them change. Mais oui, je parle un peu de français. So at 18 I was expected to elect a representative for a system I had never ever been presented with. But I won't take it. I'll tell everyone my childhood was wasted. I'll share it everywhere how I was educated, and insist these pointless things don't stay in school.
Sorry, I'm muted. That was very good. I enjoyed that. And I agree. I agree with Boy in a Band. And Deconverted Man here on a number of points. But okay, so this is kind of, we're talking about a specific conversation I had with, not Veckel, and yeah, yeah. What is it about like English dudes rapping? Was he English or something about that accent? Okay, continuing the comment. But it really does not matter what I want education to be if I am not active in trying to make actual change in it. Talking about it will not change anything. Yes, that's the problem. Real change is hard, costly, time consuming. If you want to be an activist to get results, it's going to be a ton of work for very little, if any, reward. You'll find it's an uphill battle, and each win is set back by more red tape. It's not a fun or easy thing to make real change. But hey, if you just want to vent, then vent all you want. Just know it's not going to change anything. Changing your mind or others' minds requires reason, logic, and the willingness to hear other sides. Things we do not like, things that bother us, things that challenge what we hold most dear. That's a good thing. Calling names and insults will not and cannot change anyone ever. Is there any example of it ever working? Well, I mean, maybe, but usually you have to torture them, I think. Like, if you torture them and insult them, then, you might get, I mean, you're not really going to change their minds, but you're going to make them say the thing you want them to say. Okay? Only by reason, dialogue, and debate can we hope to change minds. And that includes our own mind as well. Lobster for life. And I think that was just such a great and thoughtful comment, thought provoking, and it really does, like, why are we having a conversation? Because I don't want to argue with William. I didn't want to argue with Jody. It's just like, why? What does this? I don't know. I don't know why I'm here. Do I want to change things? Of course I want to change things. Who doesn't want to change the world? We would all like to change the world. But it's baby steps. It's incremental. We can't do more than we can do. Ghetto birds out again. These fucking guys in their helicopters. They just like flying it around, look at us, we're the police, we have a helicopter, ha 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 ha. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, today I'm gonna take it easy. I'm going to enjoy my new bed. I will try not to bombard you with my meanness and just putting it all out there. It's going to be a chill day, a sick day, and a day to clean and organize and accomplish the things that we did not accomplish yesterday. And just got to get through this week and keep living life. I want to say thank you to Deconverted Man for the comment, William and Jody for that epic conversation last night. I think, the way it went. It made a lot of sense out of a lot of nonsense to me. So, thank you to Bree, Hi Psi, and Phoenix Electric Circus for listening. And anybody else who comes by, past, present, and future, be well, stay trusty, and take care of yourselves. And educate yourselves, ignorant motherfuckers. Okay. I love you people. Mwah. See you next time.